Okay. If you look here, so these are your raw data. Okay. So the first thing that you are going to do is you are going to find the mean of each of these groups. Okay. So what is the average? And in ANOVA, what you are testing, that whether there is a difference between the averages or not, right? So this is what you are testing. Okay. The first thing that you find out is that the mean of this group is 2, the mean of this group is 4, and the mean of this group is 6, right? So this is our first step. In the second step, what you do is you find the overall mean. Okay. So overall mean means you sum all of them and then you take an average. Okay. So 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7. That's how you arrive at 4. Okay. So you can also see that actually this overall mean is also the mean of this group means.
Group mean, yes, sir. We can add all the group mean and divide it by 3. We will get the overall group mean.
Yes.
Overall mean.
Yes. So if you take a mean of the group mean, okay, so that also will give you the overall mean. Okay. So now there is a term called as total sum of
SST.
square
Total sum of squares.
or SST. Okay. So what is SST? So SST is the total error. Yes.
Sum of square differences between the observed value and the mean value.
Yes. Observed value and the overall mean value.
Overall mean.
So what I will do is basically I will do 2 minus 4, I will take a square. Then I will do a 3 minus 4, I will take a square. Plus 1 minus 4, I will take a square. That way I will continue, right? And I will arrive at this total sum of square, right? So then there is something called as sum of square within. Okay. So sum of square within is actually sum of square within the individual groups. So as the name suggests, what I will do, for this one I will do a 2 minus 2 square plus 3 minus 2 square plus 1 minus 2 square, right? So that is the reason you will see that I have got 2, right? So 2 minus
Sir,
yes.
Sir, can I ask one question?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, the sum of variation within each of several groups. So,
Pardon?
hello.
Yes, yes. Please go ahead.
Sum of a square within means the sum of variation within each of several groups.
Within each of the groups, and then you will actually, so if you follow the calculation, what we are doing is, look at this row. You can see my Excel sheet, right? So for this treatment, I have find the sum of square within, which is actually nothing but the variance, right? Variance into number of observations. Okay. So which is 2 minus 2 square plus 3 minus 2 square plus 1 minus 2 square. So that way you have got 2, right? Similarly, you have calculated for this. Here it is 5 minus 4 square plus 4 minus 4 square plus 3 minus 4 square. Okay. However, for each one of them, actually you get 2, right? So your total SSW is actually sum of all this. Okay. So this is sum of all this. Okay. And now comes sum of square between groups. So in between groups, what you do? Can any one of you explain? Okay. So in between groups, can everyone hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So in between groups, what happens is that Yeah. Devdeep, I think it will be better now. Okay. So it suddenly told me about some internet unstable and all. Okay, so when we are doing this SSB or sum of square between, what we are going to do is we are going to look at how individual group means are different from overall means. So for this group, what I am going to do is I am going to do a 4 minus 2 square. So 4 minus 2 square is 4, right? 4 minus 2 square is 2 square, which is 4, and I will multiply by number of observations in that group. Okay, so that way I get 12. Here this group mean and the overall mean is same, so it will be 4 minus 4 square into 3, so I will get a 0, right? In this case it will be 6 minus 4 square, so I'll get a 4 into 3, I will get a 12. Okay, and the sum will give you SSB. Okay, but can you see some pattern over here? The pattern is that your SST is sum of SSW and SSB, right? Right?
Yes, 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 sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, just let's quickly summarize. So what we have done is we have first look at the total amount of variation in the data, which is measured by SST. So for individual observations, we have seen how much is the deviation from the overall mean. Okay, so that is your total sum of square or total amount of variability that is present in the data. After that, what you have done is for individual groups, you have seen that what is the variability within the group. Okay, and you have 3 groups, so you have found it for each one of the group and summed it up. And what is this between the group? Between the group is how individual groups or individual means are different from the overall mean. Okay, so that is your SSB. Okay, and as we do the calculation, we find out that your SSW plus SSB actually gives you SST.
SST, yes.
Okay, now there is again degree of freedom associated with each one of these calculations. Okay, so total sum of square, the degree of freedom is
8.
m into
9
n
minus
minus 1. Yes, so m
9
into
minus 1.
yes 9 minus 1, m into n minus 1. Okay, what is SSW? Okay,
Sir,
SSW,
SSW, can you explain SSW how it is derived to how the figures are coming for SSW? That I could not understand.
yes, so SSW, the figures are coming. So what you are doing is for individual groups. So first, please remember that W stands for within. So we will talk about one individual group at a time, right? So here, what I am going to look at is that how this observation is varying from the group mean. So this will be sum of 2 minus 2 square plus 3 minus 2 square plus 1 minus 2 square. So that's how you will get a 2, right? Similarly, I can do for treatment 2 and treatment 3.
Got it.
Is it clear?
Yes, it is clear.
Okay. Okay, and I hope SSB is also clear to everyone. So we were discussing the degree of freedom. Now here, the degree of freedom is, m into n minus 1. Again, the idea is that if I know the overall mean, okay, then I just need to know 8 of the observation, because the 9th observation I can find using this and all other, right? So that's how you get this 8. Okay. What about SSW? SSW is also, the idea is simple. The idea is that, for each of the groups, actually, if you know the group mean and if you know two of the observations, then you can find the other observation, right? So degree of freedom is 2, okay? Or n minus 1 for each of the groups. As you have m groups, your degree of freedom is m into n minus 1. Is that clear? Is
Yes,
that
sir.
clear? Okay, okay. Now come to SSB.
2 into 3, 2 into 3, n minus 1 per row, per column, n minus 1 means 3 minus 1, mean 2 into 3, 3 columns are there, 2 into 3 means 6.
Yes, yes. So instead of columns, you should just mention that groups. So that will
Okay,
be
groups.
technically more correct. Okay.
So your
And
M and N represent both, represents rows and columns. So it's a 3 cross 3, means 3 rows, 3 columns.
right, but m here is your number of groups.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now let's come to, okay, so these calculations are clear. And
Yes, sir.
okay, last one I have not explained. So for SSB, the degree of freedom is 2. Why it is 2? Because if you know the overall mean, you just
And the
need
balance,
to need,
balance.
you just need to know the two group means, the other one you can find out, right? All right. So now what we are going to do is, so basically, you are going to find the variance, okay, for each degree of freedom, okay, or you can say for unit degree of freedom. Okay, so let me repeat. So basically, you are comparing, variation into two processes. Okay, variability in two processes. So one process has a variability of 300 and the degree of freedom is 8. Another process has a degree of freedom, the variability of 400 and degree of freedom as 5. Okay, so when you compare this, you actually find the variability per unit degree of freedom. Okay, are you getting me? So let me repeat again. Okay, so I am comparing process 1 and process 2. Okay, so let me write this. Let's say I have process 1 and process 2. So process 2 has a degree of freedom of 5. Okay, and process 2 has a degree of freedom of 10. Okay, and the variability, okay, variability in case of P1 is maybe 300 and P2 it is 500. Okay, so when I compare the variability, I cannot compare 300 to 500 because they have different degree of freedom. Are you getting me?
Correct.
Because degree of freedom you can think of as the source of variability, right? So what I will do is I will find out, variability. I will find out variability for unit degree of freedom, or when the degree of freedom is 1. Okay. So I will do this and I will get a value of 60, and here I will get a value of 50. And now I will say that P2 has more, or P1 has more variability than P2, right? So that is the reason you actually divide by degree of freedom.
Sir, can't hear properly.
Yeah,
Sir,
so
can't hear you.
that is the
Can't hear,
reason.
sir.
Yeah, so that is the reason.
Sir, your voice
Yes,
is
sir.
cracking.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir,
Hello,
now
sir.
audible.
Audible now, sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Oh, so in online classes, it will happen for couple of minutes here and there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so you have understood, right, that why I need to divide by degree of freedom.
Yes.
Okay. So same thing I want to do over here, and please understand that. So if they are independent, what will happen? If they are independent, then the within group variance or within group variability and between group variability will be same.
Yes.
So that is what you find out and calculate something called as a F score. So
F
please remember,
statistic. Yes.
yes, F statistic.
F test.
Yes, so F test is just 1 minute, just one. Hello.
Not audible, sir.
হোল্ড করতে বলেছে।
Oh, আচ্ছা।
Hello.
হ্যালো স্যার।
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir, bol.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
you know, this is your, this gives you the per unit degree of freedom. And always remember that F score is always, F score is always a ratio of these two.
স্যার শোনা যাচ্ছে না।
শোনা যাচ্ছে না কিন্তু।
So F score is a ratio of these two.
ওকে।
Okay. So this is what, you know, if we do over here. So basically what we'll do is we'll take the per
20,
unit.
yes.
Yeah, 24 by 2. it
24
will come to
divided by 2 and 6
Yes.
divided by 6.
6. So I will get a value of 12.
Yes.
Sir, I have a question. How do we calculate the SSB score 12, 0, and 12 from the groups and the rows?
Individually.
We're just adding those numbers 12, 0, and 12.
Yes, yes. It is sum of all this.
4 minus 4 square. Say like 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2 means 2. 2 square means 4. 4 into number of terms is 3. 4 into 3 means 12. Next is 4 minus 4 square means 0 square. 0 square into 3 means 0. Next it's 6 minus 4 means 2. 2 square means 4. 4 into 3 means 12. Like that.
Means we are taking the square and then that number
And
is
then
coming, 12,
number of
0.
number of terms. Yes.
Yes.
And just we are adding 12 plus 0 plus 12, so it is coming 24. Got it.
Correct.
24, yes.
Correct, correct. So these are for individual groups, then you have to sum it up. Okay. So that's how you actually get the F value. Okay. Now what I will do is I will have to do little bit quickly. Okay. So can you see my screen like my PPT? No, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
The
sir, বুঝতে পারছি না।
Excel
That's
part is visible.
Only the Excel part is visible, sir.
Yes, yes. Can you see now?
Now it is coming. Yes, sir. The PPT is coming. Chi-square.
Yes, yes. So this is the same thing I have explained with one example. Okay, so there are different cases. Okay, just 1 minute again. Hello. বাবা আমি ক্লাস নিচ্ছি, একটুখানি সময় দাও আমাকে, ঠিক আছে? এই তো 5 মিনিট 5 মিনিট। Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, audible.
Sorry, yeah. Okay, so basically you know, this is one further example where there are 4 cases, and you know, it is actually, the test is very funny. You can find out in internet. So it is called as you know, smile versus leniency case study. Okay, so if you have done something wrong and if you smile, if you get a less punishment or not. Okay, so that is the test about. You can find the data. Okay, so I'm not again going and explaining you all this because it is the same thing that we have done there. Okay, so here null hypothesis is mentioned that mean of false and mean of failed, mean of miserable and mean of neutral is same. So that is your null hypothesis. Okay, and then from there again you calculate this F score. Okay, and basically you know, you then okay, and when you are going to F distribution, so please remember F distribution also can be thought as ratio of 2 chi-square distribution, right? because numerator is also a squared term, denominator is also a squared term. And it is not necessarily that these two chi-squares will have same degree of freedom, right? So that is the reason F distribution, if you see, will be associated with 2 degree of freedom. Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now, this was one way ANOVA. So one way is ANOVA is there when you have one categorical variable. Okay. So if you have two categorical variable, okay, so here is another example which you can find out. Okay. This is a question of interviewer. Okay, so sorry, an applicant is going to an interviewer, and whether whether he has a companion or not, whether the companion was obese or had typical weight, whether the companion was his or her girlfriend or just an acquaintance. So this is again a famous case study. Okay, the data is available. So here, as there are more than one categorical variable, okay, as there are more than one categorical variable, you apply two-way ANOVA. Okay. And here, your what you are going to test is, so you are actually testing three things. One is, are applicants judged differently depending on the weight of their companion? So that is one question. Second question is, are applicants judged differently depending on their relationship with their companion? And finally, does the effect of weight differ depending on the relationship with the companion? Okay. So these are the three questions that you are going to answer. And when you calculate all these squares, as we explained earlier, you will get F score for different values. Okay. So from first we'll get from weight, then we'll get from relation, and then finally we'll get for weight into relation. Okay. And as you can see that probably only weight into relation is here statistically significant. For other two, you can reject the null. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, I will have to stop today. What I will do is this SPSS part, I will try to see if I can, make some. So how many of you can do, how many of you can do this SPSS part?